What's good, family? Shout out to the Honourable Lord Coin Booster, Devil Dog 83, for loyally, yeah? The Queen, listen, end of the day, yeah, the Queen is knighting Devil Dog right now for his loyal, for his loyal commitment to boosting the coin of the YB, 100%. You've been knighted, yeah? No doubt about that. Now, we got some disturbing news right now. People who follow the channel know that your man the YB has connections at GCHQ and a number of different national agencies. National intelligence agencies. Two twos. They reached out to me the other day and said, listen, we've been trawling through Dean and Dillian's communications, and we've found this previously deleted and wiped tweet from a male UFC champion, a former male UFC champion, who was trying to expose Dillian Whyte's Me Too case back from 2012. Now, I couldn't believe it. When I heard this at first, I thought, no way, surely Dillian Whyte isn't the real Epstein, yeah? Dillian Whyte is the male version of you know what I'm saying? Epstein was into women. Dillian, he the male version, 100%. But he like man, big burly man as well. And that's the thing. If you notice the connection here. He likes big burly nicks. Yeah, the bigger and the darker they are, your man Dillian's there. That's just what it is. Nothing personal. I'm just saying what it is. If you add it up, Dean Whyte, 6'5", big burly don. Now you got Rampage Jackson making allegations. Now, off the rip, I'm sure there's some of you goofies who say, YB, you've made this up. And that's why I included the other post. And in fact, any of you can do this. Go onto Google, type in Dillian Whyte, Rampage Jackson in a sentence. Dillian Whyte, Rampage Jackson. And the first message that comes up will be this one. I've got my dons at Google to make sure that's the case. So you man can go straight to it and see it for yourself. Oops. In fact, I might even include the link in my bio so you can check it. 100% verified. Now, on March 16th, 2012, Dillian Whyte tweeted Rampage Jackson saying, go to bed, fool. Because Rampage Jackson was about to expose. I told you, this is Me Too. Dillian Whyte is the original Weinstein / Epstein. He the original. Yeah, he the original violator. But the difference is, and that's the thing, in today's society, it's only women who get got, who have a case kind of thing. Men, if you're a big burly man like Rampage Jackson, ain't no one trying to hear your claims. Don't no one care. But the YB cares. Yeah, the YB gonna get justice for Rampage Jackson. It's not right. If you're at a training camp, training hard for your next fight, you deserve not to have your booty cheeks. Yeah, you deserve for some thirsty ass Nick not to be all up in your booty or trying to be all up in your booty cheeks during camp. What's wrong with these guys? So that, anyway, let's get to the allegations. Rampage Jackson, on the 12th of March 2016, said, "Shut up, fool, before I tell everybody how you tried to RAPE me in camp. Damn GAY fighters." Oops. This is mad, and I can't, honestly, it's bad for you man right now. Again, what do we know about Dillian? He loved big burly dons. The bigger they are, he liked them. And then I don't care what no one says. Is it a coincidence? Dean right there, Dean Whyte suddenly changed his name to the same as Dillian's. Now you've got, don't forget people, these are what in law enforcement we track. We look for similarities, and also we look for trends over time. Now, what you tell me, is it a coincidence? 10 years ago, long before the YB was around, Rampage Jackson is making these. Don't tell me. I'm sure Shilly and Shite fans. Oh no, I'm sure Sporting Icons. That's the thing. I worry about Sporting Icons. I think he's been groomed. Honestly, I think he's been groomed. Yeah. And if it wasn't for people like Rampage Jackson speaking out, and I really respect Rampage Jackson, it must be hard coming out and exposing the trauma. Yeah, imagine that, laying in bed, had a hard work after a hard day working out, and you got Dillian, and that people think, oh, YB. You know, notice, yeah, people always talk about Dillian Whyte's previous kickboxing and mixed martial arts background. Why do you think Dillian Whyte left the lucrative sport of mixed martial arts? Oops. Yeah, he didn't leave. He got kicked out because Rampage Jackson told everyone, listen, don't let this guy in the gym because he'd be on some next thing. Yeah, whatever you do not let Dillian Whyte. If you got any big burly dons in your camp, do not let Dillian Whyte, and definitely don't let him stay over, because you know what he's going to be on. He's going to be on some extra shit. Yeah, all the way extra. Yeah, and Rampage Jackson that said, listen, whatever you do, if Dillian Whyte invites you around for some one-to-one training, say no. Don't do it. Only ever meet Dillian in public, in the daytime, and with a group around people. Because if he gets you on your own, you're as good as got. Especially if you're a big burly don, his favourite. Yeah? I don't care what no one says. And again, I got more videos coming soon. Dillian's super sus. And I'm starting to feel sorry for AJ as well. Because we heard a story about AJ losing his trousers. Yeah? A weird story. And it's all for me, yeah, it's all adding up. For years, Dillian Whyte would say, oh, AJ, why are you mad at me for? Back in camp, when you lost your trousers, I gave you mine to borrow. I thought, what? No, at the time, I didn't think nothing of it. Now I'm thinking, well, who was sniffing? Who took AJ's trousers? Oops. Yeah, I'm sorry. You tell me, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Dillian Whyte around and AJ knickers go missing. I don't think so. Yeah? And I think that's part of the ploy. Dillian Whyte thought, okay, I'm going to nick his knickers, sniff them, and then he ain't going to have none to put on. So AJ will be walking around naked all the time. That's what I think the ploy was. It's one of them ones. Oh, if I take his knickers, if I take AJ's knickers in camp. And by the way, people, you can look up yourself. And this was in the Klitschko camp. So again, Dillian Whyte's got a track history in camps. He's got a track history of victimising big burly dons. Yeah? This is what it is. Violating them. And I feel sorry for AJ because it's no wonder AJ is the way he is. He probably got turned out in that Klitschko camp. Yeah? Probably got turned out. And again, it makes sense now why Dillian Whyte's saying, AJ, stop being fake. Be the real you. Yeah? Dillian Whyte knows something we don't. Dillian Whyte knows something. In that camp, in the Klitschko camp up in the hills, where no one could hear AJ's screams, Dillian Whyte knows something. Yeah? And when Dillian Whyte was, no doubt, when Dillian Whyte was topping AJ, Dillian Whyte saying, stop being fake, you loved it. Well, I'm just saying, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing right now, 100%. And I'm adding up all the little things. Another thing, I got a video coming soon. Dillian Whyte categorically said, AJ got a big schlong. Yeah? How do you know that? Oops. Yeah? I'll tell you how you know that. The same way he in there trying to do some weird extra shit with Rampage Jackson. Super weird. Super weird. Super odd. Again, why did he leave mixed martial arts? Don't tell me. Oh, but he just magically woke up one day and decided to change. Don't think so. He got run out of town. They told him, listen, I don't know what you funny style cats be doing in Brixton, but we ain't do this over here. Get out of here. And that's why he came running back to boxing. Unfortunately. Yeah? And it's not right because if Rampage Jackson was a 5'5" blonde female, there'd be uproar right now. Dillian Whyte would be cancelled, would he not? Yeah, but because Rampage Jackson is a big burly dude, it's okay. It's okay for big burly dudes to feel violated in their. I mean, imagine that. You're knackered after a hard day training, and then you go home and you got to have another fight. You got to have a fight in the pillows. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a fight in the sheets. You got to fend Dillian's advances off. What's wrong with this guy? Zesty ass guy, man. Super suspect. Yeah? And for all them years, people thought, oh, YB, Dillian and Coogan have great banter. It's not banter, it's weird. That's what I'm... And again, don't come at me, I'm just telling you the allegations. If any of you man got a problem, I suggest you contact Rampage Jackson. That's what you need to do. And in fact, on that basis, I'm going to put a link to this tweet in the description. Or in fact, in the comment section. So there's none of that rubbish. If you got a problem, like I said, you can take it with Rampage Jackson. I'm just telling you what he said. How about that? Yeah? Because what we know is, this don't happen nowhere else. Yeah? You ain't hear about, who else be doing this? Of all, think of it, no word of a lie yet, of all the allegations I've ever heard, because I'm sure there'll be Dillian Whyte Man fans who say, oh, and Rampage is just joking. Well, think about it. Of all the trash talk, I've watched Rampage Jackson for 10 years, and I've never, for example, him and Rashad Evans had the biggest back and forth, but I never once heard Rampage Jackson accusing him of trying to get in his knickers. Never once. So explain that then. If it's just banter, normally people have similar banters. People know the YB likes to banter about tops, he likes to banter about bottoms, etc, etc. Therefore, it wouldn't be unusual to hear me doing so. The point is, where did Rampage Jack? If this is just purely banter, why isn't there a paper trail of Rampage Jackson consistently making allegations like this against all different fighters? Exactly, there ain't none. Which tells you this ain't just made up for banter. This is rooted in pure fact truth. Yeah, and when you look through Dillian's career, it all adds up now. Unfortunately, he's sus at the very least. Yeah, he married to some next don on the down low. Yeah, and that's what it is. Dean is his wife. Sporting Icons wants to be his second wife. That's just what it is. And I gotta admit, it was beautiful to see Dillian Whyte's, both of his wives, talking on an interview. That was great to see. I love seeing happy we hear a lot in the press, a lot of polyamorous relationships get bad press and whatnot, but it was great to see 3 men in a loving relationship getting on together. I love to see it. My favourite, especially in 2022. It warms the YB's heart to see it. Yeah, there's nothing more beautiful. I've said it before, I'll say it again. There's nothing more beautiful than a man's love. Yeah, between 2 burly dudes. Yeah, the YB's favourite is to see 3 big burly dons in a deep kind of love. Their best love. Yeah, because think about it. Metaphorically speaking, what do you know is who has the deepest love? You best believe Dillian Whyte. Yeah, he be laying the deepest love pipe in his mans, both of them mans, Sporting and Dean. That's what he does. There ain't no love as deep as a 6'5" big burly don love. That's the best loving, and Dillian knows it. What do you think? Dillian knows where the best loving comes from. The 6'5" loving, the 6'5" big burly Nick loving. That's his favourite. It's not a coincidence. Listen, I'm telling you now. I'm hearing the government are going to put out a warning in the next few days. Yeah, going to put a warning out to all big man. If you're a big man of African descent, you got to be on the lookout for a man called Dillian Whyte. Yeah, if you're over 6'5" and over 240 pounds, keep your eyes peeled. Yeah. You know what I mean? Don't go anywhere on your own, and don't go anywhere after 9 p.m. at night, because Dillian will be on the prowl, especially in Brixton. Yeah, if you're in Brixton or Portugal and you're over 6'5", you best keep your eyes peeled, 100%, and you best wear a tight belt as well. If I was you, I'd start putting padlocks on my belt, because if you don't, you're as good as got. Look at AJ. AJ made the mistake of not putting a padlock on his belt, and next thing you know, his drawers was gone and he was got. And in them, I told you before, in them Ukrainian Alps, yeah, in them Ukrainian mountains, no one could hear AJ's cries, and he was never the same again. Yeah, after Dillian got to him. And think people, like, think about these cats here. They like to use kind of acronyms or whatever. Where do you think the body snatcher came from? It wasn't. It was the booty snatcher. That's where it originates. In the community, Dillian Whyte is known as the booty snatcher. He's known to sit back in the alleys in Brixton and pounce and snatch your booty for you. That's where the name came from. Yeah, obviously commercially, oh, I'm the body snatcher, I'm the Brixton body snatcher, but in them certain things, he's known as the Brixton booty snatcher. And that's what it is. Yeah? And so again, if any of you big burly cats in Brixton, man, just make sure you keep your eyes on the lookout, because this Don ain't playing no games. He will get your booty will be got. That's what we know. For facts, 100%.